Hello composers, Mike here. You can convert any audio clip in your project into a sampler track that you can actually play on your MIDI keyboard. It's creative, it's fun, and it's super powerful. Let me show you right now. I will also give you a bonus tip in the end of this video. Alright, so to demonstrate this, I created an audio track first, then I used my microphone and my voice to record first a single note like this, and then a percussive sound like this. Now let's create a sampler track out of these sounds so I can play them on my MIDI keyboard. Let's start with the percussive sound first. I recommend that you first go into the audio editor by double-clicking here, and then checking where Logic detected the transients. So to do this, you need to go to track, then turn on flex time, flex editing, slicing, and then click here to zoom in. And here you can see that Logic detected the transient at the beginning, which is good, but it also detected a transient here, which is not supposed to be there because this is a single percussive sound. If you detect a transient marker that should not be there, you need to edit it. And to do that, you first go to File, then to View, and then turn on Transient Editing Mode. And here is the detected transients by Logic. Now, to remove this, you can simply hover your mouse over it and double-click. And you can also, of course, add a new transient if you want, using the pencil tool and adding a transient there. But let's double-click that. Now we only have one transient, which is good because this is one sound. You might also want to trim some of this audio file. You don't need it for the beginning because it will use the transient marker, but if you listen to this at the end, we have some noise at the end which we don't need. So start by turning off the transient editing mode and then simply left click and drag. Well, we can start from the beginning and only go to right about there, functions, and then trim. Delete. So now the audio file will be trimmed. Now we can get out of the editing view here. Next, you simply right-click on this clip or Control left-click to bring up this menu. Choose Convert, convert to new sampler track, which brings up this dialog box. I want to use transient markers because this is percussive clip, and then I will create a one-shot zone, and then I can name it. Let's name it Percussive Boom. You can leave this at the full range, it doesn't matter. Click OK. Logic will create this sampler track, so open this instrument up. You can't play it yet, so you need to go into Edit here, and here you want to choose a middle point or key for the sample. Let's go up to, let's use C3, and here you can choose if you want to pitch the sound from the keys you play. So let's use this just as an example now. Bring this up to the top so you can play it in the full range. Click the X here, and now Logic asks you to save it, so do that. And now I can play it. This is middle C, I can play it lower. Now you can mess with some effects, even turn on the filter here and reduce the cutoff. And do whatever kind of sound design you want on this sampler track. Alright, so now let's do the same thing with this clip here. And I already went into the audio editor and checked the transient markers, which was only one here, and I also edited the file to make sure it was trimmed. Then you simply do the same thing, right click or Control left click, convert to new sampler track, brings up this region. I want to use transient markers, but in this case it's not a one-shot percussive sound, so deselect that. Let's call this A. Then click OK. Logic creates yet another sample track. Open up that instrument. Go into the editor. Bring this to the top. Pitch should be checked. And then you can bring this up. Start with, let's say, well, let's choose B3. It doesn't matter. X this out. Save. And now I can play this. So now it's a matter of tuning it correctly, so you can use, for example, another track and play at the same time. Like... Oh, I actually got the right tune right away, but I can go into here and let's use... The way you do this is to simply change the middle position, like... So in this case, it was actually a B I sang. Let's see if we can find B again. Like so. So now we can save this again. If I remove the piano, I can play this now on my MIDI keyboard. Even play chords. Then you can do some sound design again with the filter and whatnot, adding some insert effects, and play this sound on your MIDI keyboard. Check out my complete video series on Logic Pro X tutorials and tips here on my channel. Learn and master Logic Pro X to boost your music composition and production workflow.